So just go down to your local thrift store and pick up a double boiler or a stainless steel pot, and either a Pyrex or a stainless steel bowl or another pot to fit in it to make a double boiler. You're going to put your 5 ounces of beeswax in there, and we're just going to melt that down first, and then we're going to add the next ingredient. Next, you're going to want to pour 8 ounces of the sweet almond oil, and we're going to add that to the beeswax as soon as it's finished melting. So next you're going to measure out 4 ounces of shea butter and about 2 ounces of cocoa butter, and we're going to add that along with the sweet almond oil, the 8 ounces of sweet almond oil, into the beeswax as soon as it finishes melting. Usually takes about 10 minutes for the wax to melt. So I just added the shea butter and the cocoa butter, and we're going to add the oil in with the beeswax. And it's just going to seize up a little bit because it cools off the beeswax, and it's going to solidify the oil a little bit. So we'll just leave it in the double boiler, but I did turn the heat off. Just let that melt. Stir it around a little bit. Let that melt on its own there, and then we'll come back in and make sure it's stirred up real good. So take your mixture off the heat, and we're just going to let it cool down a little. Not enough that it solidifies, but if you put it in the containers too hot, it tends to crack up a little bit. So we're going to let it cool for just a bit, and I like to use this glass baster because I find that when you put the liquid in there, it's really easy to get the exact amount you want in the containers without any spillage or dripping or anything like that. So you might want to consider that if you do this project. So there we've got the unscented, uncolored, natural lotion sticks. I'm going to spill them just below the rim level. And we're going to take the rest and we're going to put just a 1/4 teaspoon of this coloring and half of this little bottle in there. It's probably about 0.25 ounces. So we're all finished now, and we made 5 of each. So we've got 5 of the regular unscented, uncolored, and 5 of the lilac with the pink. And one thing you have to remember about the oxide is you have to keep stirring and stirring and stirring and stirring to get it mixed in there properly. And as you can see, the ones that were reheated just a little bit, you don't want to heat it up too hot or you'll ruin the scent. Just look a little bit pinker because they had a little bit more time to stir and they heated up a little bit more than the first one that was cooling off right away after I had filled these. And I actually had leftover lotion. So what I did was I used these silicone baking pans to make soap. And what I did was I just put the leftover lotion in one of these little soap shapes. And that'll harden, and I'll just have a bar of lotion that I'll keep over here in the kitchen by the sink so I can just moisturize my hands after I do dishes or anything like that. So I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. I mean, I just love this recipe. So leave me your comments, subscribe. I'm going to be putting a lot more recipes on there, and have a really great night. Bye.